Hello everyone and welcome back to this game of the StarCraft. Scala here with another game today. This time in Platinum League, played Zerg versus Protoss. That's the Latvian player Noblesse versus waeldar. I'm not really sure if I'm pronouncing it right, but waeldar sounds quite okay for me. The map is Whirlwind Le. It's a ladder pool map. The green and summary, yeah, maybe like something like that, let's say. It's a 4-player map. The positioning is not always cross only, so like in this time it's top and bottom right sides. Let's introduce more again about the players playing. In the first one, on the bottom right corner, playing red Zerg is Latvian player Noblesse. And on the top right corner, playing blue Protoss is waeldar. Okay, so the matchup Zerg versus Protoss. Well-known matchup. To be honest, here in the heart of the swarm, it's quite interesting and seeing a lot of swarm hosts from the Zerg player. Also Colossi from Protoss and so on. So, to be honest, it's like wide choice of tech here in this matchup. It's not really limited to one or two possible tech trees, so a lot of different things and strategies here. The one thing we always seen commonly, it's really fast expansion from the Protoss. It's same here in this time. It's expansion before anything else. After that probably will come a forge, so fast expansion into the forge, and of course some cannons, gateways, and so on. So just seeing that the forge is first. Sometimes it happens that the players put down the gateways. It's also common in a very high level place. Here it's forge and gateway. Cannons will come after that. The thing is, players tend to use the forge first before anything else. If they want to cannon rush the Zerg, it's not really that uncommon strategy. It's just placing down one pylon somewhere here below the expansion, putting 1 or 2 cannons down. Short investment of about 250-500 minerals, but it pays off quite well, to be honest. If the player didn't see it and didn't cancel the expansion, it's tend to lose expansion. Also maybe pulling some drones, some Zerglings and so on, and then the loss just sums up and makes quite a devastating blow. This time we're seeing nothing like that. Nothing really like that at all, to be honest. To see just a safe way opening, just really fast expansion, placing down the forge and the gateway. One photo cannon, the scouting Zergling is, and he sees like everything. Not really sure about the main base and not seeing the gas count. It's very usual at the moment for the Protoss to take 2 gases really fast, and they tend to go for some tech. Instead, it's really efficient at the lower leagues for the Protoss just to make a lot of zealots, and also with the charge ability, they are so strong against Zerg who don't really know how to counter them. And actually, it's not really about not knowing how to counter it. It's just strong units and really efficient against Zerg, at least in the early stage. Usually a lot of matches tend to go for the Zerg player to use swarm hosts. I even heard a statement that it's impossible to win the Protoss without those. Not really sure. Was struggling myself when I was playing Zerg against the Protoss. It's a really hard matchup for the Zerg, I believe. Still, it depends on the player, but in the lower leagues like the Gold, Platinum, I believe maybe in the Silver, maybe lower diamond, it's really hard for the Zerg players to overcome the Protoss. They're just really strong, and Zerg player really needs to know what he's doing to counter them. This time we're seeing from Noblesse he's going for double evolution chambers. Roaches are good. They definitely are a good unit against the Protoss. Quite efficient. It's really easy to defend from Protoss attacks, especially if Protoss goes for a lot of Stalker heavy attack, or even choose it for the Zealots. Only weak point is if the Protoss going for faster robo, like in missing the robo here, of course, it's 3-gate Robo, and if there's a lot of Immortals out, or a lot of Sentry Immortal, then the roaches die really fast, and that's the thing you need to take into mind. So that's why there's the Robo here, they're flying over the base to see out what's going on, and let's see if Noblesse have time to go for and scout out those extra gateways and robotics. Let's just see. He sees the gateways, and yes, he sees the robotic for sure. So the thing is, he knows what's going on. That will give him an extra advantage over the time here. Oh, scouting by the mothership core, not really efficient here, but without the support of the ground forces, some zealots, I'm sorry, would be really nice and really efficient if the Zerg player don't have enough I'm sorry, not enough queens, and this time the Noblesse have 3 of them. It's a really wise choice, to be honest, since there's a lot of possibilities for oracles for the mothership. Big mothership core attack supported by some stalkers, by zealots, and those queens subs up really well. Not really only by the possibility of transfusion to each other, but also they are quite good against air targets in the beginning phase of the game, and that does some significant damage to the ground units as well. So this time I think that 3 queens are more than enough usually. So some small attack here from the waeldar, bring down a proxy pylon for additional warpins, and oh, need to be cancelled. But Noblesse was a little bit too slow this time. Seeing 2 queens attacking the mothership core. Slow goes down. Oh, cancellation is forced here. A small victory by the waeldar now, forcing a lot of roaches out. The queens. But the waeldar needs to retreat to her home, and behind this a nice expansion here by the Noblesse, a little bit slow, and the waeldar is also taking an expansion. It's quite nice play here, I think, from the Platinum League. Usually Platinum players tend to sit in the 2 bases for a really long time, and just know by my own experience here, I'm playing in that league myself. So what's the possible options here from the waeldar? Let's see, he sees a lot of roaches coming, and also the Noblesse are going for upgrades. It's very important to go for Immortals, and as we see the first Immortals out, and also the robotics base, so that's mean they're turning into the Colossi play quite soon. Colossus are really efficient as well against the Zerg forces, and if the wise use of the sentries, it could be quite deadly. That forces the Zerg player to go for the Spire, and yes, we're seeing the Spires on the way. Very nice read of the game, I believe. A little bit too slow, but some Corruptors may be in need. Also going for the Hydralisks then. Hydralisks are maybe not the wisest choice in the situation like this. It really depends on the count of the Colossi, since Hydras are dying really fast against them. It's a light unit. Colossi do extra damage, and Noblesse is in the base of the waeldar, taking out those photo cannons. Some countering would be needed. Oh, nice nexus, planetary nexus as we call it. It's the mothership core. Fallen overcharge ability going on the nexus. It's really nice to defend attacks like this. It's quite strong, to be honest. Maybe not so strong later in the game, but from early harass it's quite efficient. And if you have that 100 energy to spare, why not? It's a wise choice. Definitely. Seeing the waeldar putting some extra gateways down, also some photo cannons, some static defense just to be sure there's no run by for the links. With speed upgrade, and I believe Noblesse have it, yes. I'm almost sure. Oh no, he don't have the metabolic boost. It's the speed upgrade of the links. It's usually every player have them. It's very efficient because you need about the run bys of the links, and even if you don't use them that often, this 100 gas and 100 minerals could save your life. Well, at least once in the game, and that's the thing that's important. Especially if you have 3 bases and you have some minerals and gas to spend, so why not? Seeing the both players attending to saves a lot of money. Supply count is quite even, and I'm not mentioning that the Zerg is ahead a little bit, but for Protoss it doesn't really matter that much because the units are more costly, more expensive. And oh, that's attack from the Noblesse is on the way. The Roaches first and the Hydras behind. for the Norway charge on the Nexus. Nice force field heal by waeldar, but it's not really sure if it's gonna save. Oh, it sure does. It sure does push the Noblesse away. Seeing some Colossi are out, I believe. Yes, the Colossi is out. There didn't show it to Noblesse. It's a wise choice here, maybe to save a Colossi a little bit and defend without it. Just not to ask for those extra corruptors. And oh no, Noblesse going for Mutas and Roaches. Mutas could be deadly against the Protoss, but not if he puts so many photo cannons in the base. Not in the main, but in natural for sure. A lot of Stargates, so Phoenixes will be the addition of the main force of the waeldar. Not sure if it's the wisest choice here. I would definitely go for extra Colossi instead of Phoenixes. Maybe to counter the Mutas, but the Muta count is not that high and they will probably fly into the photo cannons and die. Not saying anything bad to Noblesse, but we'll see what he will react and what he will do and with that. Some of the Protoss units are quite efficient. They just needs, I believe, 1-2 more Colossi and is good to go. The force is not that mobile and needs to be safe. Needs to play safe, to be honest, and not really to move out really fast because need to worry about those run-bys. Not Lynx, but Roaches could do devastating damage here. Well, the Phoenixes are in the base now, trying to do some scouting. Observers are out as well in the bases just to see out what's happening, what's going on, how many bases, and so on. For that reason, probably a lot of Protoss use the hallucination from the centuries. Oh, and the Mutas are here in base and destroying a lot of probes. Ooh, a devastating blow here, and well done by the Noblesse. He found the entrance into the base, and nothing really to counter it by the waeldar. Not enough stalkers here. Where is the main army positioning? I believe I lost the main army. Oh, it's in the main base, just trying to defend. With the Masrakal ability, he's in the base. The third base is almost cleared out of the probes, and ooh, that's gonna hurt the waeldar for sure. It's a setback in economy. Now the Mutas are in the main base and they see a lot of defensive units here, so a lot of stalkers, sentries, and strangely positioned Immortal, I believe. Not the best air countering unit, and well played here by the Noblesse, seeing a lot of those couple of Colossus out, and seeing several corruptors. It's more than enough, and just be able to just move and deal with them really efficiently. So that both players are closing into the 200 supply here. Noblesse is taking a lead here, and definitely needs to do some damage with that army. He wants to survive and win the game. He has a lot of money in the bank, bought more than 4,000 minerals and about 1,500 gas, and it's just quite a lot. And but the money is needed really. He wants to rebuild an army. Oh, it's a strange choice, destroying destructible rocks here. Opening up the more ramp, but not really seeing the point of it at the moment. Taking an additional base is very wise for him. I believe that he would take more than one. Just the thing is, it's not really about the income anymore. It's about possibilities of reinforcements. He needs a lot of larva to remake the units really fast. Now he's seeing that the Colossi is not really focusing those Hydras, and not the best positioning here for the Protoss force. Very nice use of Corruptors, could be a little bit better than not focusing the Phoenixes, but Colossi instead. A lot of Hydras died, and that's the bad micromanagement here by the Noblesse. I think he was in favor here, this position, definitely. The nice position here, making some concave, but oh, it seems like he heard my voice and put 3 additional bases down. It's a wise investment of the minerals, spare minerals he have. Also having those Mutas out here just to check out additional base would be nice to kill those probes, but I believe he don't know about them yet. What will be the answer here? Let's see that the waeldar is going for Templars. That's a nice switch here from the Colossi, since he sees a lot of Corruptors out. Could be efficient, could be efficient. All the thing is, it really matters and about those sentries, about the force fields. They are really needed here. While while the Zerg player is on a 2-2 upgrade, the Protoss sitting on, I believe, 1-1. Need to catch up on those upgrades, and they are on the way. Oh, two Phoenixes are just scaring off those Mutalisks. Very efficient use of them. It just kills a lot of Mutas without losing any sentries, but oh, their time is counted. Denying of the space is imminent. Some force of the waeldar should move out and deal with them for sure, or just try to do some sneaky attack. You see, that's the point here in the game, that Protoss is playing too passively. He allows Zerg to take whatever amount of bases he wants, not using any warp prisms to do some damage, not warping any zealots or DTs or anything, just to need to push a little bit more, need to contain the Zerg and not allow him to dictate the rules of the game. That's really uncommon to see on the latter games, because he's seeing the players tend to play much more aggressively, to use much more units, and oh, those storms are just devastating to the Noblesse. The supply count just drops rapidly, and oh, almost everything's down except for those corruptors, and they see that there's only one Colossi here to kill, and after that, what will be the answer? Yes, the choice is quite wise. I believe it's a lot of Roaches and still Hydras, because they have an upgrade. It's a very nice possibility. And the thing is here, by the waeldar, what will be the answer for him? If he's going to move out, or just stand in the middle of the map, seeing those reinforcements coming really fast. Supply count is also in favor of Noblesse. So now just the Stalkers, some Storms. Oh well, Storms here, but a nice move out here by the Noblesse. Very better micro this time. Oh, still those Storms. Oh my god, those Templars turned the battle in favor of waeldar, but not enough economy to support that type of army. It's just a lot of probes inactive, not working to collect those precious and so important minerals for the waeldar. Oh, that could be the end of the Protoss player if those all bases would be working efficiently, and could probably be on one more base. Oh, that would be really nice for him. And oh, that Colossi out of the place. A lot of Stalkers, some Templars without an energy, and Immortal. Ooh, bad retreating move, and here is the Noblesse are just chasing down and killing one by one those Stalkers and important units like Templars, which are not morphed into the Archons. Yeah, and I think I talk about a little bit about the Archons. It's a very efficient unit, and you need to use them. If you're using all the energy on Storms, you need to save up that supply count. You supply you haven't, go morph into Archons. Oh, that positioning is really bad. Like half of the Stalkers are not really used in here, and they're dying over the Stalker force. I'm not really sure what waeldar is doing at the moment, but it seems like he's semi-AFK from the keyboard, and he's losing that battle one after another. Just some bad mistakes here, and leaving those battles in the auto battle mode. And very nice situation here by the Noblesse. Big reinforcements are on the way, just sending countless and endless forces of the swarming in, just by this lot of Roaches, lot of Hydras. He needs to deny this fourth base of the waeldar, and it will be definitely GG, because the economy couldn't sustain it. Oh, bad placement of the Colossi here by the waeldar, and just this endless forces of the Roaches and Hydras. Well played here by the Noblesse, is seeing the true definition of the swarm. That swarm force. Just endless reinforcements here coming in by the Noblesse. Very well GG, and well played again. So if you're seeing this and watching as a Protoss, don't forget to leave. Don't leave that Zerg alone. You need to just constantly harass, and the same goes with the Zerg. You just need to contain the Protoss, and that well done here by the Noblesse. Very well played, and thank you guys everyone for watching, and stay tuned, subscribe, like, and feel free to comment. This was Scala here. Thank you for watching.